Every single morning, millions of adults over 60 do the exact same thing. They wake up, they swing their legs over the side of the bed immediately, and they stand up.
And every single morning, their body punishes them for it. The back stiffness that takes 20 minutes to shake off, the knees that creak and ache before the first step, the dizziness when they stand too fast, the ankles and feet that feel like they're walking on gravel until the body finally warms up. Here is the truth that almost nobody has told you. That morning, suffering is not inevitable. It is not just your age. It is what happens when you ask a body that has been still and compressed for 6 to 8 hours to immediately perform one of the most mechanically demanding movements it will do all day standing up from lying down with zero preparation. What if 60 seconds of the right movements, done before you ever put your feet on the floor, could completely change how your body feels for the rest of the day? Not 60 minutes. 60 seconds.
Keep watching, because what I'm about to show you is the morning routine that tens of thousands of adults over 60 wish someone had given them decades ago.
To understand why this routine works, you need to understand what actually happens to your body overnight, because it's remarkable, and it explains everything. While you sleep, your intervertebral discs, the cushioning pads between each vertebra in your spine, rehydrate. They absorb fluid, expand slightly, and become more sensitive to compressive load. This is why you are actually fractionally taller in the morning than at night. Your joints, meanwhile, have minimal synovial fluid circulation. Synovial fluid is what lubricates the joint surfaces and feeds the cartilage. After hours of stillness, it becomes sluggish, less evenly distributed, less protective. And your muscles? After 6 to 8 hours of near-zero activity, your neuromuscular system is operating at reduced efficiency. Standing up suddenly into all of this is like cold starting a car engine and immediately flooring the accelerator. Something is going to take damage. The routine you're about to learn works with your body's morning physiology instead of against it. It gently rehydrates the spine under movement rather than compression. 6 movements. Still in bed, starting right now. Here is exactly what we are doing this morning and every morning from today forward. Each one takes between 10 and 20 seconds. You do not leave the bed until all 6 are done. That is the rule. And once you feel the difference, keeping that rule will never feel like a discipline problem again. Movement number 1, the knee to chest spinal decompression. Still lying on your back, bring your right knee toward your chest and hold it gently with both hands. Feel the lower spine lengthen and release. Hold for 5 slow breaths, then switch to the left knee. Then bring both knees together and hold them to your chest. This fully decompresses the lumbar spine. 30 seconds. Both knees to your chest every morning before you stand. The lower back pain that greets millions of adults every morning is almost entirely a product of skipping this step and immediately compressing a hydrated, unprepared spine under body weight. Move 1 is complete. Keep your knees bent. We go straight into number 2. Movement number 2, supine hip circles. Still on your back, knees bent and together. Now slowly let both knees drift to the right, making a gentle circular arc down toward the bed, then sweeping left, then back up to center. That is 1 circle. Do 5 circles in one direction, then 5 in the other direction. Keep the movement slow, fluid, and within your comfortable range. You are not stretching here. You are lubricating. The hip joint is a ball and socket joint designed for full circular range of motion. But after hours of stillness, the synovial fluid that coats and protects the joint surfaces sits pooled at the bottom of the joint like oil that's settled. The circular motion of this exercise distributes it evenly around the entire joint surface before you load the hip with your body weight. Many people feel a clicking or grinding sensation in their hips during this movement, especially at first. In most cases, this is not bone-on-bone damage. It is the joint surfaces moving through areas of temporarily inadequate lubrication. Keep moving gently, and the sensation typically resolves within days of consistent practice as fluid distribution improves. Movement number 3, the glute bridge. And yes, we are doing this in bed. Feet flat on the mattress, hip width apart. Drive your hips upward, squeezing your glutes firmly at the top. Hold for 2 seconds, squeeze hard, then lower slowly. Do 8 to 10 repetitions. Here is why this is non-negotiable before you stand up. Your glutes are the largest, most powerful muscles in your body. They are also the first muscles that should fire when you stand up, walk, climb stairs, or do virtually any lower body activity. But after hours of lying down, and especially after days, months, or years of prolonged sitting, the glutes are neurologically inhibited. They are switched off. Movement number 4, thoracic rotation. Roll onto your right side in a loose fetal position, knees stacked, hips bent to about 90 degrees. Extend both arms out in front of you at shoulder height, palms together. Now, keeping your lower body completely still, slowly sweep your top arm, the left arm, in a wide arc up toward the ceiling and then over to the right side of your body, opening your chest as far as your thoracic spine will comfortably allow. Follow the hand with your eyes. Hold at the end range for 3 seconds, then sweep slowly back to the start. Do 5 repetitions, then roll to the left side and repeat. Your thoracic spine, the mid and upper back, is the section of the spine most responsible for rotational movement. Movement number 5, ankle circles and foot flex. Sit up and swing your legs over the edge of the bed. You are not standing yet. Feet off the floor. Rotate your right ankle in large, slow circles, 10 in one direction, 10 in the other. Point your toes away from you as far as comfortable, then flex them back toward your shin as hard as you can. Repeat 5 times. Then do the same on the left side. This takes 20 seconds and it matters more than most people realize. The ankle is the first point of contact between your body and the ground. Movement number 6. And this one is different from everything that came before, but do not skip it. Still seated on the edge of the bed, feet flat on the floor. Place both hands on your lower belly. Sit tall. Now breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 counts, letting your belly push outward into your hands. Then breathe out slowly through your mouth for 6 counts, feeling your belly fall and your deep core gently engage. Do this 3 times, 12 to 15 seconds total. After those 3 breaths, plant your feet, press through your heels, drive from your glutes, and stand up. That is the difference between a morning that fights you and a morning that serves you. Before you go, one question, and I genuinely want your answer in the comments below. What is the very first thing your body feels when you get out of bed in the morning? Is it back stiffness, knee pain, dizziness when you stand, or honestly all of the above? Drop it in the comments right now. One word is enough. And if someone in your life wakes up every morning fighting their own body, send them this video. 2 minutes could completely change how their day begins every day for the rest of their life. Tomorrow morning, your alarm goes off, and instead of immediately swinging your legs over and fighting your body into the day, you spend 2 minutes doing these 6 movements. And your body, for possibly the first time in years, is actually ready when you stand up. That is what this routine gives you. And it starts tomorrow morning. Like this video if it gave you something real today. Subscribe for a new practical video every single week. That's a wrap. Now, go make it a good one.